Queen Rania of Jordan hosts an iftar banquet in Amman. Queen Maxima of the Netherlands opens the 12th edition of Money Week in Utrecht. Crown Princess Mary of Denmark attends 2 meetings in Copenhagen. And Hereditary Grand Duchess Stéphanie of Luxembourg gives birth to a healthy baby boy. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for March 27th, 2023. In Luxembourg City, the Cour Grand Ducal announced that Her Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duchess Stéphanie of Luxembourg has given birth to a healthy baby boy on Monday, March 27th, 2023 at 10:04 a.m. at the Maternité Grand Duchess Charlotte. The new bundle of joy has been named François-Henri Louis-Marie Guillaume, and he weighs 3.575 kg and measures 53 centimeters. Hereditary Grand Duchess Stéphanie and François are healthy and doing well. Upon the announcement of the birth of François, the Marshal of the Court ordered a 21-gun salute from the Fetchenhof. What a great way to start the episode. I love that. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to the Hereditary Grand Ducal couple of Luxembourg, little Prince Charles, and welcome to the world, François. Last evening in Luxembourg City, His Royal Highness Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg, accompanied by the President of the Republic of Portugal, Mr. Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, attended the UEFA Euro 2024 football qualifiers held at the Stade Luxembourg. The qualification round Group J football match, the second out of 10, was between the Luxembourg Red Lions and Seleção Portuguesa. So, who won the match? Seleção Portuguesa, 0-6. In Utrecht, Her Majesty Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, as honorary chairwoman of Money Wise platform, and the Minister of Finance, Ms. Sigrid Kaag, opened the 12th edition of Money Week, held at Jaarbeurs Exhibition and Convention Center. So what is Money Week? Well, Money Week is a project of the Money Wise platform, an initiative of the Ministry of Finance. During Money Week, representatives from the financial sector, science, government and education, information and consumer organizations gather together to promote financial fitness in the Netherlands. The theme of the 12th edition is Tame/Control the Bling. According to a press release, quote, young people often buy items they don't need, known as impulsive shopping, and are influenced by social media influencers, advertisements, and online stores. In a recent MoneyWise report, it showed that it's difficult for young people to resist impulsive buying. Throughout the event, guest lecturers will talk to young people about how to resist the bling and what the financial consequences are if young people are not responsible for their finances. End quote. During today's opening, Her Majesty the Queen and guests watched a theater performance entitled Money and Happiness by the Kiki D Foundation. Thereafter, Her Majesty the Queen participated in a panel discussion about the importance of learning financial responsibility at a young age, such as saving, financial planning, and dealing with temptations. In Paris, His Royal Highness Prince Laurent of Belgium, as president of the Prince Laurent Foundation, participated in a symposium entitled Une seule violence. According to a press release, the symposium, quote, focused on the correlation between violence against vulnerable people and animals. How lucky we are to have Prince Laurent as president, who always wants to teach people how to be compassionate towards animals and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. End quote. Established on December 20th, 1995 by Prince Laurent and several of his friends, the goal of the foundation is to, quote, invest in the well-being of domestic and wild animals. The foundation is convinced that improving the quality of life of animals is essential to all human well-being. This is why the relationship between humans and animals has always been at the heart of all of its activities, right from its earliest days. The foundation wishes to fulfill a mission that is both social and scientific. End quote. In Copenhagen, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mary of Denmark participated in 2 meetings this morning at Amalienborg. The day began with a meeting with the Regional Director of the World Health Organization, Dr. Hans Klug, and Mr. Rob Butler. During the meeting, the Crown Princess, who is a patron of the WHO European Office, received a briefing on the WHO's efforts in connection with the war in Ukraine and in the aftermath of the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. In the afternoon, at Frederick VIII's palace, the Crown Princess, as president, participated in an extraordinary presidium meeting of the WWF Worldwide Fund for Nature, where the managing director, Mr. Mads Kahn Rasmussen, was elected as a new representative of the WWF Worldwide Fund for Nature's board and presidium. As president of the WWF Worldwide Fund, the Crown Princess has, since 2020, been involved in the Foundation's work to preserve nature's diversity and create a greater understanding of the importance of biodiversity and wild nature. In Stockholm, Their Majesties King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia of Sweden held a farewell audience with the ambassador from the Republic of Brazil to Sweden, Her Excellency Maria Luisa Esquerel de Moraes, at the Kungliga. In the afternoon, Their Majesties presided over the presentation of the Swedish Farmers Association Gold Medals to Swedish dairy farmers and the Milk Entrepreneur of the Year award ceremony held inside the Bernadotte Library. The ceremony began with His Majesty the King giving a speech, stating, quote, "The Queen and I are very happy to receive you here at the palace today to thank you for your efforts for Sweden. I offer my congratulations to this year's recipients of the gold medals and to the winner of the Milk Entrepreneur of the Year." End quote. The winner of the Milk Entrepreneur of the Year went to Mr. and Mrs. Larm from Lundsbrum. Congrats. In Cadiz, Their Majesties King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain presided over the opening of the 9th edition of the Congreso Internacional de la Lengua Española, held at the Gran Teatro Falla. Held under the theme Lengua Española, Historia y Futuro, the 9th Congress will gather over 300 participants from all over the world to discuss the reality of Spanish, quote, its past, its present, and its future through presentations and debates that will take place at the Palacio de Congresos in Cadiz, as well as in other emblematic city enclaves. Among the guests at this meeting, which is held every 3 years, stands out the presence of 100 academics from the Real Academia Española and the ASALE, end quote. In addition to prominent academics, well-known authors from around the world will also participate in the 9th CILE, including the 2017 Cervantes Institute winner, Sergio Ramirez, Fernando Iwasaki and Jorge Eduardo from Peru, Carlos Franz from Chile, Horacio Moya from El Salvador, and Juan Carlos from Venezuela, to name a few. After the opening, Their Majesties, accompanied by the Mayor of Cadiz, Mr. Jose Maria Gonzalez, and the President of the Casa Management Company from Latin America, Mr. Francisco Cano Lopez, visited Casa de Iberoamerica to view a series of exhibitions, including books and authors from the Viceroy of Peru, organized by the Embassy of Spain in Peru, and the Cervantes Institute and the Spanish Agency for International Development Cooperation. The exhibition, quote, offers a journey through the Peruvian bibliographic production, edited or handwritten, during the 16th and 18th centuries, as a synthesis of the complexity of a splendid era, end quote. At noon, Their Majesties attended a luncheon on the occasion of the opening of the CILE held at the Museo El Dique. Thereafter, His Majesty the King participated in the special academic session entitled Unidad y Diversidad del Español, la tradición y el reto de la inteligencia artificial. In the evening, Their Majesties and hundreds of guests attended a concert and a flamenco performance entitled Tempo de Luz, held at the Gran Teatro Falla. In Amman, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan presided over a meeting with the heads of permanent committees at the House of Representatives at Al Husseiniya Palace. During the meeting, His Majesty the King urged the House's permanent committees to practice their oversight role to ensure the ministry's commitment to modernization plans, citing public administration reform as a major challenge. His Majesty the King also noted that the committees should reach out to various sectors and listen to the public's concerns and suggestions, stressing the need for continuous positive engagement with citizens to maintain transparency. In the evening, His Majesty the King hosted an iftar banquet for Jordanian government and military officials and media representatives at Al Husseiniya Palace. Also attending this evening's iftar banquet were His Royal Highness Prince Rashid bin Hassan of Jordan, the advisor to His Majesty the King, and His Royal Highness Prince Murad bin Rad of Jordan, the Chief Secretary of the Hashemite Royal Diwan. On Sunday evening, Her Majesty Queen Rania of Jordan hosted an iftar banquet for a group of accomplished Jordanian young people from across the kingdom, welcoming men and women from youth initiatives, startup owners, volunteers, entrepreneurs, journalists, and local media figures at Al Husseiniya Palace. According to a press release, Her Majesty the Queen gave a speech stating, quote, "His Majesty and I always take great pride in our nation's youth and everything they do to create change in their different fields," end quote. Her Majesty also noted that she and the King are particularly proud of, quote, "young people's new ideas, passion, dedication, and love for their country, and wish them continued success in their work and endeavors," end quote. After breaking the fast, Her Majesty the Queen wished the young men and women a blessed Ramadan and thanked those who shared their joy on the recent wedding of Her Royal Highness Prince Iman bint Abdullah II. If you're unfamiliar with what an iftar is, well, it's the breaking of the fast during the holy month of Ramadan. An iftar takes place after sunset, and the halal meal, which means permissible, is typically light, but not always. Most iftar meals consist of delicious dates. I love dates. Lentil soup and water to hydrate after fasting from sunrise to sundown. On Sunday morning in Nice, France, Her Royal Highness Princess Maria Carolina of Bourbon to Sicilies and Her Royal Highness Princess Maria Chiara of Bourbon to Sicilies participated in the second edition of La Marche des Animaux, held along the Promenade des Anglais. The purpose of the march was to raise awareness for the protection and welfare of all animals in Nice. Last week in Monte Carlo, it was announced that His Royal Highness Prince Charles-Philippe d'Orléans, Duc d'Anjou, is engaged to Miss Naomi Kern. In an exclusive interview with the German magazine Gala, Miss Kern discusses her upcoming wedding to Prince Charles-Philippe. When asked about the possibility of having children with her soon-to-be husband, Miss Kern stated, quote, "We would both be very happy about that, but I'm already 42, so there's not that much time left," end quote. Congratulations to the couple. And finally, last Wednesday in Monte Carlo, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco viewed the exhibition entitled "The Sea is Green" by artist Mr. Jean Bogosian at the Hotel Hermitage. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, March 28th with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful Monday evening and a great day tomorrow. Then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, take care, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.